Howdy everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Faab Five campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. As always, we are live streaming our sessions on twitch.tv first, and then we'll be uploading the episodes to YouTube and on podcast 1 week later. If you enjoy what you see here, feel free to follow us here on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can check us out on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV or on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody. So, when we last left off, the Faab Five were exploring the bottom level of an underground temple they believed to be the location of a being known only as the Dreamwitness. After being taunted to follow deeper, the group had been forced to contend with sharks and merfolk, giant crustaceans and mutated humanoids as they descended deeper into the waters of the temple. After finding a chamber that could only be unlocked with 3 keys, the Faab Five explored several rooms of living statues and giant snakes, contended with dangerous traps, completely ignored mysterious plant life, and even discovered historical monuments as they searched out the 2 remaining keys. Through skill, luck, and perseverance, the Faab Five eventually managed to retrieve all 3 keys to unlock the barred gate. The squad even managed to get in a bit of a short rest in the murky and slime-covered temple corridors. Finally, with all 3 keys in hand, the Faab Five turned their keys in the locks and watched as the bars blocking the southern corridor slid backwards into the wall. With the bars now receded, you can see a single stone door, stone in appearance, and quite familiar to the ones on the floor above. With your way now open, a question comes to each of your minds. If you had time to pick up any artisan's tool, game set, instrument, or whatever, what would it be? And since Blood from a Stone rolled first, go ahead and answer, Blood.
Well, I mean, if it's just leisurely time, maybe Smith's tools, Tinker's tools would be fun. But we do happen to have a set of Forger's kits that I think I'm going to have to play around with. No nefarious reason whatsoever, just interested.
I'm quite sure. Okay. Apollyon, how about you?
Well, as you know, I'm already proficient in the skin flute, but I would someday love to pick up a set of drums to bang on. I dream of using all my charisma and entertaining the crowd by a display of both my muscles and my musical prowess. Ba-da-bum-ba.
And the entire world just groaned. Liam, how about you?
I quite fancy what I've been seeing Blood do with those lock picking tools. I'd like to take a crack at that if I were to have the time.
Yeah, that's a skill I think Liam could be fairly good at.
Somebody could train him.
Yeah. Eloise, how about you?
Blacksmithing tools would be interesting. Yeah.
Huh, blacksmithing tools. That's unexpected, I think, but interesting. I would love to see Eloise try her hand at that. Veil, how about you?
I would say cartographer's tools. With all the books I've read, the vastness of the outside world fascinates me, and I would like to get a chance to map it.
Okay, I like it. It is an unusual place, this upper surface world, for somebody of your lineage, Veil. That's definitely true.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. I like it. So, Faab Five, as you now are swimming in this large octagonal shaped room, like maybe, I don't know, large coral bed in the center, and with the snapping of the 3 keys, the bars have been receded. So, what would you like to do first?
Right. Is there an open door now, or was it just the bars went away?
The bars went away, and there is a door, a closed door, in between
closed.
you and the next area.
I'd just like to point out to everyone, I think we should try and stick to the path from now on. Every time we veer off the path, something tries to attack us. Just maybe straight line to where we're going is all I'm saying.
Well, unfortunately, we needed to find those keys, so we kind of had to go off the path this time. But yeah, straight ahead.
Oh, I'm talking about when we walked past the statues, they didn't care until we looked under their skirts. And the snake didn't mind us at all until I went up to try and pet it. Except for the one that got blood, that there was probably a switch to stop it or something, but as long as we stick to the path, I think we stand a better chance of not being attacked, possibly.
Perhaps you're right. You had said that, I guess, taking a potion, we would be able to do that underwater.
Yes, you can drink a potion underwater.
Yeah, well,
It's kind of weird because you're basically lipping it to suck it in.
mhm.
So all of you are just having a big bottle sticking out of your
Right.
mouth, but it's possible.
I gotta think they probably had to get used to the taste of salt water since they're essentially breathing it right now.
Probably. It's got to feel weird.
So yeah, there are 2, if anybody wants one, greater healings in the candy haversack. Since Blood took a big ass fucking hit, he's gonna take one of them.
Okay, that's fair.
There's 5 lessers and 2 greaters. So if anybody wants one, I could take it off now. That's what, 4d4 plus 4?
I think so. Yeah, 44 plus 4.
I went and found your list, yeah. So here's the d4s. So 13 back to him, which isn't fantastic, but it's not... Well, I guess that's actually better than average, so...
Tomas sees you drinking this down, and I do have a bit of healing spells if you need anything more. But you also don't you have a few more potions in there?
Yeah. I mean, we got some lessons. We got some... I mean, I'm almost full now, so I'm good now. I mean, you know, it's like I'm pretty good at the moment, healing wise, but I appreciate it. But yeah, we got some potions to go on, so keep your spells for killing stuff right now.
Fair enough.
Unless anybody is really hurt, they'll just look around at the group.
Well, Tomas is swimming there next to you all, and he says, "When we get out of here, we should talk about what we found.
Oh,
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm getting a bit of a picture of what's going on down here, based on what we've seen."
What's that, sir, if you don't mind sharing? Or do you want to share later?
Well, I mean, depends on how long you want to sit here in the water.
I suppose you're right. We can get a good long rest somewhere else, discuss everything that happened down here.
Yeah.
So, Vale's gonna suggest we attempt a long rest. I believe you guys did earlier, but he's gonna speak up and say, a stairwell's no place for a long rest. I could pop up Lehman's tiny hut right next to this coral with plenty of room.
If you want to try, I'm game. I mean,
Let's tiny hut it up.
I don't spells or any key point. I don't do the martial arts stuff, so I don't need it. But I will follow the group and I'll keep watch.
Okay, so I'm going to ritually cast Lehman's tiny hut. If I could find it.
Blood is going to have his hand crossbow up, and he's just sitting there, you know, like freaking not just ready to fire anything fucking comes near.
Okay.
Okay, so I know you guys had this discussion last time, but I would like to weigh in. I understand that we are underwater. The spell specifically states the atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside. Now, I know that water is not technically weather, but just reading the description, it says the atmosphere is cool, warm and or comfortable and dry. So that's up. I mean, obviously, it's up to you, Matt. But I would argue that this is when this spell comes into place. It's not that the air comes from the water or there's no air to fill it. However, I consider it almost an extra dimensional space, which would have its own atmosphere.
I'm kind of doing a reading on some things that other people have discussed about this. So I wish you would have asked me this question, like, middle of last week or something like that, so I could have did a bit more in reading on it.
I guess as you're reading, I'm just going to reach into my portable hole and burn my last 3rd level spell for Animate Dead.
Can I ask a question in regards to this? What difference does it make if it is dry in there?
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't either
is
way.
We can breathe underwater. It's just a
so
an game. Our characters don't have to be comfortable.
So I guess the reason why I would prefer it dry is because then I could inspect that ivory scroll holder. If there's any scrolls in it, they wouldn't get wet. And I planned on emptying out my portable hole, all the water that filled up when I opened it. I was going to empty it out before I pop Liam and Tiny Hut after our rest.
Okay. Yeah,
those are the 2 reasons.
Those are good things. Okay, so what does the DM say?
So reading over a few things. Jeremy Crawford weighed in a little bit in regards to what he says is the spell's range says the effect is hemispherical and that it does have a floor. So I suppose in theory, if it's producing for me that just seems weird as fuck, but
how would it pump the water?
Yeah, so
it's like, because
that's what I was saying.
The question that comes to my mind is this. When you're creating this, does it dome outward and push all of the relative things outward, like coming from you outward like a bubble? Is it doing that, or is it just creating an instantaneous circle around you in that moment and catching everything that's inside? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And it says it's an immobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you. So it just springs into existence in its force. So I would, and again, like I said, I guess if you're thinking of it as just a protective shell that appears around you, that's one thing. But it specifically states the atmosphere inside is comfortable and dry. So that's why I considered it almost an extra dimensional space, which would have its own atmosphere.
I'm going to allow it just to save time. I'm going to do some more reading later on to see if I can find anything that agrees beyond what I've read so far, because it's a really weird. But for now, I'm just going to allow it just to save time.
Okay. Yeah, it's very situational too.
I think it would make sense that they did word it that way if they said it was an extra dimensional space, because I mean, there's all kinds of other items that make extra dimensional spaces. So why not?
Well, this spell doesn't say it makes an extra dimensional space.
Yeah,
that's the point.
I know, but I'm saying it could. Think about the tent they make in Harry Potter, right? The tent is tiny in real life and it's bigger on the inside, right? That's an extra dimensional space.
Yes, that's correct. This is not creating that. This is just creating a dome of protection.
I'm not arguing that it is. I'm saying they should change it so
Okay. I
that
gotcha.
it would make more sense.
I got what you're saying. Okay. I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
sure, maybe. That's like the mansion that you get at like 7th or 8th level spells.
Level 7.
Yeah, that
Oh,
that
that's right. Oh, yeah,
that
one's-
thing is an extra dimensional space. This is meant to be more just a dome of protective force to allow you to camp. But like honestly, I kind of go both ways. I can see both sides of it. Just for expediency, we'll say that sure, it can be dry in there.
Okay, great. So it is popped up, and we are currently drying off and comfortable.
So what are you guys wanting to do in your dry, comfortable space now?
Sleep for 8 hours.
Jeremy said he had some things he wanted to do.
Yeah, so I am. I just burned my last level 3 animate dead spell
Okay.
to animate the zombies, and I'm zombies and skeleton. If you rule that zombie or that goblin is currently a skeleton.
Yeah,
If not,
it can
we
be a
would-
skeleton. How many bodies do you currently have in the portable hole?
a bunch. Oh, let me see. what
Full
animate
bodies?
dead-
Yeah, it was the ones we took up top. There was at least
Okay.
there were like 4 or 6 humans we took up on top.
Yep, I do remember now.
Yeah.
So how many bodies are you able to animate with your level 3 spell?
I believe, I think only 2 right now. So it would. Let me double check. Yeah, 1 additional corpse of pile alone. So I'm going to create 1 zombie, human, and 1 goblin skeleton,
Okay.
and then with the rest of the first watch or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to be inspecting that ivory scroll, storing whatever that what was called, scroll tube. I think you called it.
Yeah, as I hand that over to him, I'm going to bring up the fact, your zombie, it lunged at me right before it died. What was that all about?
I have no idea. That thing has been acting weird since it pulled you out of the sickening radiance.
Wait, that's what pulled me out of it. I thought you guys turned the spells off or removed them or something.
No, the zombie pulled you out.
He's right. I saw it. Just as I was about to go in there myself.
I'm sure you would have, buddy. I appreciate it.
Are you going to have your zombie and skeleton out veil, or are you keeping it in the hole?
Yeah, I'll keep him out. If there's actually, I don't know if there's room for it in the tiny hut.
You can have up to 9
It can be up
creatures
to
per
9.
hut.
Okay, 9. Okay, then yes, I will keep them out.
Okay. And when you're
And which one is
doing
the skeleton?
the one on the left, they look different if you look close.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Tomas was watching this whole thing, and he's just kind of shaking his head. I don't know what to say
Vale
about
gives him
you.
a side eye.
He just kind of shrugs his shoulders. I hope we can get some sort of rest now, because remember what happened last time.
We'll just have to see what happens.
But yeah, I hand over the ivory like scroll case to him and let him open it up.
And I'll say you guys can get some rest. I'll take the first and second watch while I inspect this tube and look into some books.
I'm gonna stay up because the rest won't help me right now.
Well, you have been up like for a very long time. I will point out it's probably about 1:32ish, and actually no, it's even later. Let's see. You guys went over there about 9
We'll take
o'clock.
first watch with Veil then.
So yeah, I was right. It's about 1:30 or so in the morning. Just to let you know.
AM? Okay.
You guys went
Yeah.
there about 9 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. The wand recharges, I believe, at dawn, so
At dawn,
it
yes.
wouldn't recharge yet. All right, so I'm going to look at this ivory scroll tube, and I guess we're going to attempt a long rest.
Okay. So go ahead and make an investigation of the tube.
Investigation. Okay. That is a 22.
So the rod itself is a slim piece of ivory carved in the shape of a cylindrical tube with a bit of a stopper on either side. That as you examine it, you realize it won't be hard to just twist and lift to get open. When you open up the scroll, you pull out the sheets that are inside, and you find that it is a scroll with magical incantations over it. You spend the first 30 minutes of your rest, of your watch, reading over it. You determine it is a scroll of bless.
Nice. Now, just to, I'm not really, I keep forgetting about scrolls. I don't really know much about them out of game. Is that something that I could cast if it's a scroll?
So the way I normally do it is if you are the spellcaster of that type of magic, you can cast the spell without issue. If it is a spell that you are unfamiliar with or does not work, that's not part of your class, you can attempt to do it, but there is a DC involved, and it's an Arcana check to try to cast the spell.
Okay, so
Also, as a wizard, can't he copy the spell?
Not normally. If it was a wizard spell, yes. Or if it was a spell that he had access to, then yes. But
I believe Bless is cleric and paladin, maybe.
Yes. So yeah, he could use it, or somebody else who has knowledge in divine magic could use it. But for him, it would be a DC.
Just stuff it into your ring.
That would be. It would need to be cast into the ring. So, does with Veil's Arcana, would he be able to figure out what the DC would be? What do you call it? What DC check would it involve? Would it be Wisdom or
No, it would be an Arcana check.
Oh, it would be Arcana. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you would make an Arcana check against its DC, and if you beat it, you would be able to cast the spell.
I gotta think Bless would be pretty low since it's a first level, but...
Well, if those are the rules, then you could try casting it into your ring right now, and if it fails, then no problem. But if it fails in battle, big problem, yeah?
Yeah, you're right. I currently have... Oh, you know what? When I used my shield spell against that statue, I did not specify, but the shield, the one shield spell was going to be coming from the ring. Now, I'll let you rule that as is, if you'll let me add the spell back on my list, or we'll just say it came off my list and I still have it in my ring.
Roll a d20.
All right.
See, Matt, those wizards are always asking for stuff.
You used it off your spell slot. You forgot about it in the ring.
Fine. That's fine with me. Okay, so I'm going to keep, just for now, Liam, I'm going to keep the shield and counterspell in my ring. I don't want to get rid of either of those, especially if this long rest doesn't grant us a long rest.
Absolutely. You know what's in your ring better than I do. It was just an idea.
Good call, though. All right, so Scroll of Bless in that fancy ivory tube. I'm going to seal it back up and tuck it away.
Okay. Are you going to do anything else during your watch, or is that pretty much it?
That's pretty much it.
Could I have the tube after you're done with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Deal.
I shudder to think. So, as you all begin to slowly drift into sleep, a voice calls out into your minds. Partitioners and seekers of the dream, the witness awaits you. And each one of you, your eyes force open, and you jerk, realizing you'd only just started to drift off. They're literally outside the thing.
A long rest.
They are
Yeah,
literally
that's kind of what I assumed.
inside the entrance to this thing's chamber. A psychic thing. But yeah.
So with that, I'm going to open my portable hole and start to pour it out. And whoever has the bag of holding, I would suggest doing the same thing to get rid of all the water that was in it when we opened it underwater.
Who has the other haversack?
I believe Eloise has the
I have the
holding, and
holding
Blood
one.
has the haversack.
Okay. So Eloise, are you doing that, dumping out all the water?
Oh, yeah.
And that's easily done. You can just pour it out onto the floor, and it does. There's quite a bit of water in the bag of, or not the bag of holding, the portable hole. And as you're dumping it out, you can see it beginning to fill up your dome quite a bit.
All right. All right. And once it's all filled out, I'll
more room.
Sorry, guys, you can't sleep right outside the thing's chamber, and
we're gonna get rid of the tiny hut as well. I'm gonna stop focusing and pop it out of existence, and we're back into the water.
And as the dome,
Before you do, I'm gonna like hop and like kind of like dive so that I'm diving into the water out of the dome.
and a good thing you do too, because as Eloise is diving out of the dome and Veil releases his spell, all of the water that's around this thing just comes crashing into this empty space. Everybody is just buffered by this water, and it swirls about, knocking everybody off balance. Good thing you're just in the water. And so you just end up floating. Probably a few of you knock heads or bodies together. Maybe a few bumps and bruises. But Eloise is fine.
Air bubble go. I'm watching where what happens to the air bubble.
You look up, and it's actually, there's a bubble of air atop in this chamber right now.
We could swim up there to get a breath if we weren't already breathing water.
Very good. Very good.
I'm going to
Needs no air.
I'm going to send my zombie in to investigate this coral.
Into the coral? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an athletics check with your zombie.
All right, let me just pull up the sheet real quick. Give me 1 second. Athletics is strength?
Yeah.
Do the zombies and skeletons swim, or do they walk along the bottom?
They walk
Yeah, they
along the
walk
bottom.
like that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
Boat.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 15.
Okay, so pushing into this coral, trying to fight its way inside. It is thick and dense, and quite a bit of the coral is beginning to break as the zombie is pushing its way inside. You beat the DC, so you take 5 points of piercing damage as the zombie goes pushing into the coral. It does see some fish and things of that nature, some plant life, but it's the further it gets in, the more difficult it is to push into it because of how thick this coral is.
So it doesn't see anything of use besides coral?
No, I'm just going to say no.
Okay.
It does not.
Is
How do I
coral
change
technically
the
a plant?
Oh, there it is.
Technically, it's a colony of...
It's a living thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a living thing. It is alive. I'm not sure if it's... I think there's like a kind of a little bit both. Plant and
Yeah,
animal.
it's kind of got its own. It moves and it reacts, and it's different than just a plant.
Is coral a plant? The first question that comes up on Google.
I'm sure. What's the answer?
It's actually an animal.
There you go.
There you
It
go.
says the coral polyp looks like a plant. It's actually an animal, or rather a colony of animals, and it's classified into the phylum Cinerea.
Very interesting. We're learning
Cool.
things new. I like it.
Every day.
Coral.
Every day. Well then if we want to just give me 10 minutes, I can try to speak with these animals.
All right, Henry Crab. See how this is gonna go.
Just go fight the thing.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'll float for 10 minutes and cast speak with animals and see what happens.
Okay. You cast Speak with Animals ritually and then go swimming up to the coral. What do you say?
Who? You guys okay? And then I kind of like flip myself so I'm floating upside down. And I'm gonna go. I mean, were you guys put here?
You hear a lot of voices. That kind of hurt.
Oh, and I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna grab the zombie and I'm gonna pull him away.
And as you're pulling it out of the coral, you're just hearing this loud chorus. Ah! As more coral breaks away as you tug and tug on the zombie.
I'm gonna do it gently. I'm not gonna rip him out, but I'm just gonna like.
Make an athletics check.
Oh boy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's cool. I just read a little bit more. They are technically like a whole bunch of animals, but they're genetically identical.
Interesting. So yeah, you do a decent job pulling the zombie free. Some coral does break free, but not as much as it could have been. But it's still just a chorus of shouts and screams and oh my god!
I'm sorry.
Sweet.
Anything else you want to ask it? What was the question you wanted to ask again?
If they were put here, if they're okay.
Yeah, to answer the question of are you okay, the things are screaming. Yeah. You do hear a few thousand voices call out, "We've grown here forever!" What's the word? I'm trying to think. I just had a word on the tip of my tongue and then I lost it. Generations and generations and generations and generations ago.
Oh wow.
Here's the question: what did they feed it? Because they don't generate their own food like plants.
So here's a question. My friend was just curious. What do you guys eat?
The people Bring bodies, food, fish, plant life. Sprinkle it over for us to eat, feast on.
Marine snow.
I think we're gonna put the Dreamwitness in this shit. That's what you just hear out of the side of his mouth, blood.
Well, I mean, that's good. They're not just letting, anything go to waste. And it also explains why this place is so clean and there's not, like, the bodies of all the people who have failed before laying around. So that's good.
You say as some decapitated bodies go floating by up in the top back corner.
Stick it into the coral. There you go.
Here, I got a snack for you. I bring over like one of the bodies, like on the end of the trident.
Gently.
Push the crab into him. They like seafood.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of dead bodies that have been beheaded in this room that have just been kind of half floating in the water back there. You could push as many of them as you wanted towards them, but I mean, it's coral. It's not. You're not going to see much.
This is great, but we've spent an hour here, guys. Like in real time. Let's maybe move forward.
Oh,
right.
one more question. Is there anything we should know about the people that are here?
Scary.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. Well, thanks. Enjoy the bodies.
And as a body floats closer and hits the coral, you just hear a bunch more screams. Ah!
Oh, shit, and I just kind of like send it up away. Okay, bye!
Okay.
So that's the advice I got. They're scary.
Well, do we want to send the zombie first, or does Polly want to rule the deep?
I'm Aqua Minotaur. I rule the oceans. Let's turn these keys and go in this tunnel or whatever.
We turned the key.
We
We turned the keys. There's a door now.
Oh, where's the door?
Yeah, it's down here towards the end. You guys
Oh, is
had,
there?
you guys opened the door and then said, "Let's take a nap."
Oh, okay, all right. So the gate, the portcullis that was here, has been raised.
Has been raised, and now there is a single stone door between you and the next chamber. You check the door; it is not locked.
All right. Blood, you see any traps over here?
I will take a look.
Things have been jumping out at us all night.
Alright. Investigation. Ooh.
You do not see any traps.
To be fair, we went
Alright,
through
let's
a
go.
lot of work just to open the bars here.
Yeah, hopefully that means we're good to go. Hopefully.
So,
Oh my.
you carefully open the door to find a chamber that is by far the largest you've encountered here. The ceiling rises up about 60 feet above you, and the platform you are swimming above drops down another 10 feet to the floor. Seated on the floor, around the middle of the chamber, you can see a dozen robed humanoids, with their hoods drawn up over their faces. Hanging around their necks, you can see amulets similar to the ones you found earlier, but these are laid out upon the humanoids' chests. You can see a bit of faint light coming from each of the amulets that glow blue against the darkness of the chamber. Towards the southeastern side of the chamber, you can see a passageway or tunnel of smooth stone earth that leads towards darkness. That looks like this.
Ooh, spooky.
So, what would you guys like to do? Nice.
Quick on the draw now.
These things haven't reacted to our presence yet.
They have not. You can see them from your vantage point, Liam, in the doorway. You can see them down there, sitting down at the bottom of this floor. They don't seem to be moving or anything. The only real motion you can see about them are the white robes that seem to be floating in the water around them.
All right, so I turn around to these guys and I put my finger up to my lips, and then I try to like swim all the way up to the ceiling, and then start going across, like try to go like directly above them so they couldn't see us.
Okay.
I'm going to mimic Apollyon, turn behind me, and go shh.
The two of you go swimming up towards the ceiling as stealthily as you can. What's everybody else doing?
The skeleton turns to me and puts his finger up to his mouth and kind of with an open mouth through a cracked tooth smile goes,
I like it.
Are they that smart though? I love the image of it though. Kind of like the old lady at the Ghostbusters in the fucking library. That's before she screams at him.
Yeah. I dig it.
That wasn't supposed to be disadvantaged, but that's a 10.
Ugh. Flailing around. Like a
Apparently,
dead
I
chick.
didn't roll enough natural 2s last game.
Let's not forget Tomas this time.
Yes, let's not forget Tomas this
But
time.
Eloise, yours is at advantage because of your boots. You have the boots of Elvenkind. But you're at 18. I mean, that's probably you're only a nat 20 is gonna get you any better.
Yeah. But I think there was something that gives me disadvantage for some reason. Hang on.
I don't think so. You don't have heavy armor,
No.
and that's the
No,
only
I
thing
don't
that
think
would
so.
give you-
Oh, okay, cool.
the skeleton rolled a 14.
I'll roll again.
It's 30 blood.
Yeah, no, 18.
Okay. So all of you, as quietly and carefully as you can, begin swimming up into the center of this chamber.
18 fail.
You're all looking down at the humanoid figures in robes below you. Not a twitch. Not a move. They all just seem to be sitting there.
You want me to roll stealth for the zombie as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. Let me find where it is.
All right, we're gonna make our way across towards that tunnel.
That's 15.
As you are starting to swim out into the open water, you hear a voice in your head.
God damn it!
Welcome, seekers of the dream. You stand before she who witnessed the beginning and the end. She who wept black tears as the heavens burned and the land heaved in sorrow. At first you think this voice is speaking directly into your minds, and that itches in sort of an odd way. But then you realize the words are also being echoed all around you by the seated humanoids underneath their hoods.
Vale's left hand starts to shake a little.
Are you doing anything?
Call out in
No, I'm just.
I call out in Draconic, and I say, "Why don't you show yourself?"
The moment you call out in Draconic, You see something begin to walk forward, out from the darkness of the tunnel.
Oh
And
no.
Oh yeah.
God.
From the lower passageway, you can all see a humanoid figure clad in long white robes and a hooded cloak walking along the floor towards you all. The hood of this figure's cloak is pulled up over its head, obscuring its face, and the fabric of the cloak seems to swirl all about it in the water as it walks. Occasionally, one of its steps towards you pushes along the front of its robes, giving you all a silhouette that is decidedly female underneath all that fabric. Her arms are at her sides, and her hands are turned outward, spread wide, making it clear to you that she carries nothing in her palms. And the feet that touch the stone floor of the chamber are small and delicate, and bare. You hear her voice in your mind, and you hear the echo from all around you. You ask to see me, and a step forward I have. Stand before the witness.
Veil slowly walks up, and the closer he gets to her, the more his hand is shaking and he's breathing heavily. His eyes widen, and he, licking his lips, he says, "The book. Where's the book?" And he's referring to the tome of clear thought.
I know what you're referring to.
Okay.
You hear the voice in your mind and in your ears as well. I know each of you, Faab Five. The defeated champion. The shadow chaser. The recycler. The lost innocent. The archaeologist. And the abandoned student. Each of you have sought me out, though not for the same purpose. Some of you seek knowledge, others freedom, while some of you do not yet know their purpose for being. All knowledge may be gained through the wisdom of the dreamer. I have watched you all from the moment you stepped foot on my island. I watched as you slaughtered my supplicants and violated my temple. And yet, all may be forgiven through the mercy of the dreamer. The hood turns towards you, and just for a second you can see a pale white chin underneath the long, heavy folds of the hood. She says again, "Surrender your minds and give yourselves over to the dreamer, and all of your desires shall be granted."
How about this? If you're willing to surrender, we won't kill you right now.
You hear a chorus of laughter, high, bubbling. And its hand raises towards you, Liam. An abandoned student has no worry or means to cause me harm. And yet I see into your mind, see the one you seek. Submit yourself to the dreamer, and you may find your master once again.
I don't accept anything that's given to me without understanding why. And I earn everything I take. You've got nothing to offer me.
Does anybody else want to do anything? Eloise, Blood, Apollyon?
Can you show us some proof of these promises you're making? I don't just submit willingly to anybody.
The hooded face turns towards you, Apollyon, and she says, "Very well. I shall offer you proof of the dreamer's power." Your mind explodes in pain as the cloaked figure focuses directly towards you. Your eyes lock into what you now see as the hood rises, a face completely devoid of feature, almost like a mannequin's. Your mind explodes, and at first, you see an image you are very familiar with. It is the cells underneath the gladiator ring. You see on a pile of straw a large, beefy man with dark skin and a huge pile of hair atop his head. He curls up under a moldy and rotten blanket, and he seems to be shaking. Your vision lifts up, and as it does, you can see the outline of the arena, the Colosseum that you had spent so long at. Your vision twists and moves, going from the Colosseum towards another building you have seen many times in the distance through the windows. The palace. It falls downward, your vision. And as it moves and adjusts, it goes towards the center of the palace, the large fortress made of dense sandstone, before it shoots downward even further, bringing you to a square room filled with statues, weapons, and displays of armor. Your field of vision narrows until it comes to a leather-bound book of dark brown that seems to be hovering an inch or two above a short marble pedestal. All of you are seeing this vision, and your eyes all focus for that moment on that book, before your eyes clear once again and you find yourself back underwater.
What did the cover of the book look like? Just plain brown leather?
Plain brown worn leather. You did not see any writing on it whatsoever. And other than the fact that it seemed ancient, and the fact that it was hovering above the pedestal, there are no other distinguishing features that make this book seem out of the ordinary.
Would Vale have recognized it at all?
I don't think you've ever actually had a description of a book, just a description of the book itself.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You know of its existence, but you've never actually seen a picture or read a description of it. You get this you get the sense of that's the implication you're being given.
Yep. Vale says with trembling lips, what's to say that we submit to you and we don't turn out like one of these? And he pans back and gestures with his arm across the room at all these humanoid souls, shells of people, former people.
Doesn't matter. In the end, all that you gained is provided by the dreamer, and all you shall ever be will be one with the dreamer.
Basically, she wants you to be an ant in her colony.
Is that true?
The form kind of moves its head to the side, as though it's amused by the question. And you hear that faint tittering of laughter once again.
Well, at least she's got a sense of humor. Now I'm gonna feel bad about killing her.
Tomas, you're all kind of startled as you hear his voice coming from, which actually I never even moved him. Sorry about that. He's probably right around here. He swims forward and he says, I have a question of my own. They say you're trying to return the dreamer to these lands. How are your people going to do that? By regrowing the dreaming tree? That doesn't seem possible, even if you do have the roots of the thing. The figure turns and regards the halfling. And she says, You are incorrect, archaeologist. A tree cannot be regrown from a piece of its roots. But it is an anchor, an object that exists now and existed while the tree was still whole. With a strong enough connection, a bridge may be built that will lead back along its path. And you see the halfling shake quite heavily as he swims backwards a little bit. Does anybody else have anything they're wanting to do right now?
Vale's just going to say, I came down here with the intention of retrieving the book, or at least getting it handed to me. Is it here or not?
The dreamer floats upward and becomes exactly level with your position, Vale. As it comes to settle, the hood raises up and begins to float, and you can see that featureless face. The face opens, a slit forming along its center, and widens into a singular eye. Dark red pupil, or iris, glistens along it, and it focuses directly into your eyes. You hear in your mind, and you hear in your ears the chorus around you. You have seen where the book lies, and now you shall see the rest. And I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
All right.
While that's happening,
I'm... Go ahead, Eloise.
Go ahead, Eloise.
I would like to cast slow.
Okay. Well.
And I'm going to use my inspiration on that wisdom save.
Okay. You are going to be able to cast the spell slow, Eloise. You're casting it at the figure in front of Vale?
Yeah, I'm casting it at her. I'm casting it on the 5 surrounding her as well.
Okay.
Because I can encompass 6 people.
So what is... Yeah, go ahead and pop that into chat for me real quick so I can see the radius.
And my original wisdom save was 7, and with my inspiration, I got a 16 for a wisdom saving throw.
Probably a good thing he's got that. Okay, 40-foot cube. Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's what I was measuring out earlier.
Yeah, so she should easily be able to get six things in there.
That look about right to you? Just the shape?
Yes. Except place it. I don't know if you're able to like turn it so it's kind of with the corner of the room.
Yeah, I can move it.
Yeah.
Where are you wanting me to move it towards? Like right here?
Like just so that one of the corners of the square is with the corner of that room.
Oh, so right like that?
No. Not like that.
Not like this.
Like if you would turn the square
like,
to be the
tilt
shape
it.
of the room.
Yeah.
Turn the box.
To make a diamond.
Okay.
So it goes like this, and like that.
Yeah.
So
And then
here's the diamond. Where are you wanting it
into
to
the
move?
room.
Give him a second. He knows what you want.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where are you wanting? What ones are you trying to encircle?
I think it's like centered almost right here where Apollyon
Oh,
is.
okay. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can only get up to 6 creatures of my choice, so I don't know. Not that one.
Don't get this one or whatever.
Why would I not want to
Okay.
get one of the ones close to us? That seems.
Yeah, you'd want to get that guy.
Yeah,
you
you
would want to miss this guy right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ignoring this guy, you're getting the others, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Veil. This eye that formed in the middle of this thing's face focuses towards you, and you feel your mind begin to cloud over and crystallize. You fight back, and you feel yourself slipping and fighting against, and you're starting to lose it. But then you draw up that inspiration that is deep inside you. You are Veil. You are powerful. And you push it away with your 16.
You are woman, hear you roar.
As this happens, Eloise in that instant casts slow and a giant cube all around you. This huge just area shimmers for a second. I'm going to go ahead and make my saving throws here. What's my spell? It's a 15.
Yeah.
15 and... what
Wisdom,
is
I think.
Wisdom. Yep, wisdom.
I have a feeling she's pretty smart. They are.
Yeah, but smart and wise are different.
Well, you know what I mean. Wise, yeah, I have a feeling that's probably a good stat for her. But it's worth a shot.
Hey, 4 already. That's all.
All right. Only one of them succeeded.
Well, we still have her.
Trying to find a good slow icon. Here we go.
There's a snail.
1, 2. Yeah, that's what I found.
Is there a piece of poop?
We already know that they're shit.
You got spider webs and shit too.
Honey, shit is bad, but the shit is good, right? Just that 3 extra letters.
Oh, and just so you guys know, strategically, it was better to pick the one farther away because that one that's really close to you guys is going to be the first one to die.
So, as this happens, I need all of you to please roll for initiative.
Dang it, the witness is the only one he saved?
Awesome job, Alyssa. Awesome.
No, the witness didn't roll.
I have... Yeah, just give me a second. I'm trying to do a lot of things at once. That's why I was having you guys roll.
Alyssa. Yeah, the witness didn't get a chance to roll yet.
Oh, dang it, I wasn't clicked. Okay, I rolled a
Natural
12.
20 on initiative.
There you go, buddy.
Nice.
Right.
I got a
shall be
20.
great.
Yeah, we're all going fairly high. I mean, 12's not too bad.
Matt or Joe, can you guys tell me, is my initiative rolling correctly? It's supposed to have advantage.
Yes, it is. You see how? No, actually, no, yours isn't.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
you
see.
rolled an
You rolled an 8 and a 19.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you're right.
Okay.
It did.
was just because I didn't click my token the first time. I changed it. I actually got a 15. But I just wanted to make sure that it was calculating it correctly.
Yeah, it does.
Why does it not show both numbers like it does with attack and stuff?
I don't know. It just always, because my paladin has an advantage on initiative, and it always just rolled one. But it rolls both numbers, essentially.
Matt, I'll need you to put me in at 25, please.
You got it.
I thought I saw your token up there, bud.
You said you're at 25? Yeah, I see it. Okay. So, with the spell exploding out around everyone, you see quite a few of the forms down there, the humanoids in the robes begin to slow and shift, just ever so slow, much slower than the two here and here around them. The Dreamwitness. Yes, I do. Thank you.
Did the witness make her saving throw yet?
Yeah, he's had a lot of shit to do, so he'll get
Well,
there.
I'm getting to that. As I was saying,
God damn with Tomas.
the Dreamwitness, as it's floating there, it moves its head directly towards you, Eloise. And you realize in that moment, your spell didn't hit anything there. Make an intelligence check for me.
She's not real.
Just straight intelligence?
Just straight intelligence.
Okay.
She's like Chucky.
Can I convince you for insight?
I'll allow it.
Yes! 14.
You're looking at this thing that's been floating there in front of Veil. And you realize it's not there. You squint and you shake your head and you look again. And you realize that you've been seeing, that you can see through it. It's an illusion. And as all of you stare at it, down from the tunnel behind you, you see this. No, the tunnel. The tunnel down at the far side.
Gotcha.
You see this.
Sweet.
Guys.
A single eye begins to glow out from the edge of the tunnel. And we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Ah.
Oh, shit.
So, stay tuned, everybody. We will be back in about 10 minutes or less. and we'll find out what it is exactly that the Faab Five has found down at the end of this tunnel. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back with the Faab Five, who has just encountered a strange figure draped in robes with a featureless face and body. It tried to enchant the mind of Necthros Veil, and as it did so, Eloise reacted by casting a slow spell, hitting many of the sitting creatures down in the water, but it did not seem to affect the robed figure whatsoever. And as Eloise peered at it, trying to figure out what the hell this thing is, she had deduced it is not there at all. The group saw an eye appear in the tunnel below them. And, Liam, you are starting up the order, so what would you like to do?
Alright, I'm glad you asked. Wish I knew. Seeing Eloise's spell take effect on this one, I'm going to aim at this one with the harpoon. Does 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Alright, 10 points of piercing. And I believe the special effect of that is it drags it towards me now.
You can use it to yank it back towards you, I believe. That's how that was worded.
Would that take the second half of my attack to do that?
Yeah, I'd say so. However, I will say this before you do that. As you throw this harpoon and it launches into this body and it pierces it clean through its chest at that downward angle, because you're swimming high up right now, I believe.
Yes.
You see the thing twitch and fall limp.
Alright. Well, using the rope on the end of that, I pull the harpoon back to me.
And as you do, the body does come floating up towards you as well.
Alright.
It's limp.
So I don't get 2 attacks if I'm using the harpoon then. Is that understood? Is that what I'm understanding?
Because you use your second attack to draw it back towards you.
Okay, fair enough.
I guess so.
That one is limp now.
Oh, wait a minute. I would say no. You could use your bonus action to draw it back.
I can use bonus action to draw back?
I think so.
I mean, I was wondering how the mechanics worked with the mermen when they were doing that. If they have 2 attacks, how they did that, I'm not clear. I'm just curious if the harpoons knew.
Oh, God. You're making me try to remember what the creature was. Hold on. I'm
Hagen?
Marrow.
the marrow.
Because we fought a couple of them with those sharks.
Because whatever you decide, I'm happy to use that pattern.
I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. We're gonna call it a bonus action to yank the thing back. So you could throw it one more time.
All right, yeah. Then I'll throw it at this one here. Where'd it go? $19 to hit.
Definitely hits.
9 points piercing.
And with a second throw, you pierce the chest of a second one of these robed sitting figures. It twitches as well and dies.
They don't seem to be very good defense. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Next, we come to Tomas. Let's see. Tomas. What are we going to do with Tomas? Yeah, Tomas swims up about 15 or so feet, getting near the ceiling itself. He is aiming down the hallway itself. And he's kind of shooting blind towards that eye that you all had seen. And he is going to do a Ray of Frost at disadvantage because he's shooting just in the direction of where he saw an eye form. Oof. You see his Ray of Frost go shooting down along the corridor before it strikes the edge of the wall, right about here.
The double crit there, but the
Yeah.
bad type.
Yeah, it really was. That sucks. He's probably about right here. That's it for Tomas's turn. Veil, you're up next.
Veil kind of shakes off the intrusion that almost just happened, and comes to his senses and looks around real quick. Sees the eye, narrows his eyes, and let me switch that. Swims to right about here. And he is going to.
So as you're swimming down into this tunnel and you make it about halfway there, you have dark vision and your eyes settle on a form there in the darkness. Give me 1 second here. As you look upon this thing, your mind begins to try to connect the shape with something familiar to you. But the closer it comes as it's floating there, the more you realize that this monstrosity is nothing like anything you've ever seen before. Its body is long, some 30 feet in length, and it moves in the water very much like an octopus or a squid. Long tentacles extend from its sides, rippling as it propels itself in the water. You can see large ridges along the sides of this creature, whose body narrows as it goes from the base to its tail, which ends in a large, wide caudal fin. As its tentacles curl and extend along its body, you realize you can also see several more fins along its body, dorsal as well as pectoral, which seem to help guide the thing as it's moving. As you look closer towards it, you can see the wriggling of tentacles along its face as well, and its eye opens in the center, looking directly towards you. And you see this.
Oh, did you just show it to just him?
You. Jesus Christ!
There you go.
Christ, that's a big one.
Joe, you cannot use this one as your background.
Why not? I wouldn't. I don't want that thing in my back.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
wow.
amazing, and I have no idea what that is.
I thought it was
that was
Avalok
about
at first.
that was about an hour's work of editing. I took a few pictures I found online and kind of cropped them together and edited them a bit to give you what you see before you. So you're welcome.
That looks absolutely terrifying.
Yep. Yeah.
Kill it,
Folks
kill
at
it with
home,
fire.
this kind of looks like maybe if a beholder and some sort of fucked up anglerfish had a mutant baby.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
So did you make up this creature, or just what it looks like?
I'll tell you guys about it later on after the session's over. If you have any questions about what I did with it, but its eye is now focused directly at you, Veil, as you have swum down towards it.
All right. Vale starts mumbling and gesturing with his fingers and drops a sickening radiance right here where this red mark is. So it's going to be 60-foot diameter. Centered
Okay.
right here.
Give me 1 second here.
Very scary, very, very scary.
I'm just some guy killing some dummies sitting in the water.
Did you say 60?
Yeah.
So that look about right to you?
A little bit towards me, just to cover this this square right here as well.
So right about there?
You know, actually no, because that works too. That's part of the square, right?
What square are you trying to get at? Yeah, it's covering that square.
Yeah.
It's covering that square.
So that's going to be DC 16 Constitution save.
Okay.
Let me see. So when I pressed it, how do I put the spell itself up here?
You click the little bubble.
Beach bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, got
There
it.
you go.
Okay. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
So that is a 12, which fails. So it takes 18 points of radiant damage.
And has 1 point of exhaustion. 1 level of exhaustion.
Gotta do that.
However, as it gets hit by this, it's going to go ahead and use its legendary action, or legendary reaction, to save instead.
Okay.
So it's going to take half the damage, 9 points, and not take
I'll
the
eat up
exhaustion.
those legendary actions all day.
Absolutely. So
And,
9 points of damage.
That was
And
what,
then-
one of its legendary resistances?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Legendary resistance.
All right, and then for Vale's bonus action, he's going to tell the zombies help, and if this skeleton right here, can he see well, I don't even know what you want. The Dreamwitness. Can you see him from
Let's see.
How much
Yeah,
I believe
it's
60 feet of dark vision.
Well, that's a skeleton, so that one's different, yeah. Skelly.
Skeleton has. Yep, dark vision 60 feet.
then yeah, I'd say he would be able to see at least the outline of it.
All right, so he's going to take a shot with the short bow. I don't know if that Oh yeah.
It'll be a
He
disadvantage. for
crit
sure,
missed.
but, yeah.
He did crit miss. It would have been a disadvantage anyway because he's underwater.
I don't think we have any extra crossbows, unfortunately.
Okay, so crossbow. I actually do have a crossbow.
Crossbow is not disadvantage. Yes.
I have your old crossbow before
No,
you
you've got a
the one
plus
with
one
difference.
crossbow, don't you? Or did we give that to Eloise?
I think Eloise has that.
I think I have the +1 crossbow.
Okay, yeah, then you
Not
have
that I
my
can
crossbow.
hit anything with it.
All right. So the skeleton did that, and then this zombie's gonna come over here and slam this humanoid thing. So give me 1 second. I need to. Oh, that's skeleton. And that's a 22 for the slam. To attack that, I'm assuming it hits.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's going to be 2 points of bludgeoning damage to this guy right here.
Okay. 2 points of bludgeoning damage to the seated figure on the floor. It is still alive.
All right, and that's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to go ahead and take its first legendary action. One of the tentacles rises up on its side. It's the giant eye in the center focusing towards you. Oof. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
So it is kind of like a beholder.
Are you me?
Yes, you, Vale.
Okay. Shoot, that is going to be a
Oof.
5.
Okay. So, this dark black ray of energy comes shooting out from its eye directly towards you, Vale, striking you dead center in your chest.
Oh, no. See, I told you there was gonna be some beholder
Ouch.
shit going on. Oh!
Doing 67 points of damage.
Holy shit.
I drop.
As Vale drops
and
to the ground,
Ravens drops.
dead on the ground. Ouch, I am sorry, that is a huge hit. Phew.
Oh my god, all of them are well over half.
Yeah, you got 2 max damages and 4
Or
7.
7.
Yeah, that was a huge hit.
But you're not dead, you're unconscious, right? That didn't
Yeah, correct.
do
If you
double
did-
your hit
If you
points,
did,
right?
No, if you did 88 points of damage, I would have been outright dead.
And you fall down.
And this was a legendary action. It wasn't a spell, right?
This was a legendary action, yes.
So there's not even a roll to hit or anything.
No,
Just a save.
it's just a save.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay.
Blood from a stone. You're up next.
Sickening
Alright.
Radiance is down.
Gotcha.
What's that?
He said the
Sickening
same
Radiance is dropped.
Okay.
Alright, so these little walls here, how high are they? The little people are sitting down on the floor.
Well, the people are sitting 10 feet below the wall itself. The ledge rises up about 4 feet.
Okay. Well, alright. And then how high is the opening over here? Where's the top of it?
It's about 15 feet tall in total.
Okay. Well, when we came in, we all kind of started swimming up, so I'm about 20 feet up on the wall. So, I'm going to get over 25 there and swim kind of like 5 feet down, so about 15 feet up. I can see the witness at the end of the tunnel. I will take a shot. Where is my... I'm not getting sharpshooter, so let me turn that off. It's doing a regular shot. I rolled it to see if it did it.
A 16 just hits.
Alright, now. I guess, I mean, I wouldn't have got it surprised since it's fucking on full, but I mean, has it really gone its turn with the legendary action stuff?
Technically, no.
And would you consider this getting the double fucking damage? I doubt it, but oh god, that's a shit roll too.
What are you trying to do? You're trying to do your assassinate?
Yeah,
you.
The assassinate.
Yes, you do have assassinate. It has not gone on. It's not taken a turn yet.
What's
technically
27 times 2 then? That's what, 58?
54.
Is it?
I thought it has to be surprised for the assassinate ability.
What does the assassinate ability specifically say?
Hold on, let me go fucking pull the shit out.
25 times 2 plus 4 more, 54.
So what it literally says is you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. So
you double it if it's surprised.
Yeah, so
you get
advantage.
Yeah.
No, alright, well the 16 hit, so.
16 does hit. So 27 points of damage.
Alright, and since I said I moved 25 forward and 5 over, I'm going to be using the rest of my kitty cat agility. And I'm getting up over here on this fucking wall. So I'm 15 feet up on that wall.
Okay. And with that, you cling to that wall over there. And that's it for your turn.
Yeah.
The commoner's turn is up next. And they sit there. They do not move whatsoever. Apollyon, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna swim down a little bit so I can see down this hallway as well. And I need to read something real quick, but I think I want to try to use the Trident of Fish command to cast Dominate Beast on the Dreamwitness.
What does Dominate Beast specifically say as a spell?
Casting time 1 action, range 60 feet, concentration up to 1 minute. You attempt to beguile a beast that you can see within range. It must make a Wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the duration. The DC is 15.
I'm going to give you a freebie here. This is not a beast.
That'd be like an aberration or some shit like that.
Monster.
Alright, so that will not work. Yeah, oh, you know what? I messed that up. I was going to ask if I could make like a nature check or whatever just to determine what type of thing it is.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it to you for free that it is not a beast. It is an aberration.
Okay, cool. Cool. Well, I will not do that. I will instead launch 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay. Both do hit.
10 points of damage.
10 points of force damage as these blasts of eldritch energy come shooting out of Apollyon's mouth, striking this creature both times.
And then I'll use the remainder of my movement to move behind the wall.
Okay. That's it for Apollyon's turn. Next, we come to the Dreamwitness.
Oh shit, I forgot about Veil. Oh my god.
As the illusion fades from the water, this monstrous creature begins swimming, moving down the corridor, past the fallen form of Veil, as it comes directly up towards you, Apollyon. It gets to make 4 attacks.
Oh my god.
Okay.
The first is with its tentacle.
Bring it.
21 to hit.
21's my AC.
17 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm just checking to see if I have advantage. I think it's only when I'm raging.
Probably.
Oh, I have advantage on dexterity saving throws. Okay.
And I think it's strength saving throws.
Yeah, I think it's strength saving throws.
No, I have advantage on dexterity saving throws because I have danger sense. It's
Ah,
a different ability.
okay, gotcha.
That's against traps, I thought, though.
A 16.
Spells or anything.
Okay.
So its first attack smashes against you, and you feel this odd sort of effect begin oozing along your body. But you fight it as hard as you can, pushing past, and you resist it. It's going to make a second tentacle attack.
Oh my god.
It's 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make another con saving throw.
Plus 9.
Oh, okay, I don't get anything if I make the save.
No, you
That's
don't.
good monster, man.
Thank you.
But that's a 10.
Oof.
So now I'm diseased.
You begin to feel this effect creeping along your body, and you are diseased. Next, after swiping you twice with its tentacles, it makes a bite attack.
It also says the disease doesn't take effect for 1 minute.
It does not. It bites out and misses with a 6. Its final attack is with its tail.
Oh.
And that's a 26
Yeah,
Rage
that's
would
a
have been
bit.
nice right now.
for 12 points of bludgeoning
No.
damage.
I am nothing.
And that is it for
Well,
the Dream
That
Witness's
took out
turn.
2/3 of my hit points.
Eloise.
Should have just submitted.
I'm gonna drop slow on the initiates or whatever they are in here, and I'm gonna cast it again on this monster.
Okay.
My last level 3. So it's gonna be a Wisdom saving throw DC 15. And I guess, yeah, and then I'll cast it on 5 other beings if I can. Just because I can get 6, so might as well.
How big was that again? 30 or 40?
40.
Okay.
So I'll like center it on the monster, and I'll get all of these guys too.
So you're centering it right there to try to hit everybody there? Okay.
I mean, it can be more centered on the monster, just so that way this one gets in a little bit more, but I mean, that's all fine.
So
Yeah, if it's touching, it's touching.
Yeah, if it's touching, it's touching. It's fine. So the Dream Witness rolled a 7. It is going to use its second legendary action to succeed instead.
Resistance.
Legendary resistance, yeah.
Fuck.
As for the rest of them, so it looks like all of them but one managed to succeed. Or fail. I'm sorry. All of them but one managed to fail. Should have just left the things on there.
Why, does it go away?
Well, she had released the spell and recast it.
Oh.
So I was
Okay.
stupid and just started clicking them off, not thinking about it.
That's right. That's right.
Do you do anything else for your turn, Eloise?
I'm gonna. I guess I'll just come and like crouch down to get some cover behind the little half wall thing.
Okay.
Unless I can get. Oh, here, maybe this is better cover. Just over here. Behind the wall. I don't know what's better cover from the player's perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. So you get there, back behind into the hallway as best you can, crouching down as you swim.
Mhm.
And that's it for your turn. It's going to go ahead and use its second legendary action.
So if I remember how rules work, legendary actions the creature will get back every turn. But legendary resistances
do
are...
not.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They get their legendary actions back at the end of their turn.
Okay.
Do they automatically get him back, or do they have to like roll to recharge?
No, they just get them back. Okay, Eloise. I need for you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Remember, you have inspiration,
Yeah.
just in case. I mean, I'm dead. You didn't hear that.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, I might as well use it while I got it. So.
Whew, nat 20. You feel one of the eyes begins to focus directly towards you, Eloise. And you feel this energy begin pulsing towards you. Your body begins to tense up, but you will yourself as hard as you can and manage to block it and push it away. Liam, it's your turn.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Spend 1 key point for bonus action Step of the Wind. 5, 10. And I'm going to take 2 stabs at it with the harpoon.
Okay.
Does 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
Alright, I'd like to spend a key point to try a stunning strike here.
Okay. That is...
Versus 15.
It's a con saving throw?
One save, verse 15. Yeah, DC 15.
It rolls a 7, which fails, so it is using its final legendary action to succeed.
Beautiful. I'm stabbing at it again. 19 hits.
19 does hit.
Make another con save.
Absolutely. And that is an 8, which fails. And you feel the body, just as you stab in and you push your key out into this creature, you see the whole body begin to grow rigid. And it is stunned.
Excellent. Excellent. Swim back 15 feet to here. That is the end of my turn.
That is the end of your turn. Give me 1 second to put the damage in there. There you go. With Liam turn over, next we come to Tomas. Whew, Tomas, his heart is pounding in his chest, as I'm sure it is pounding in every single one of your chests. I'm going to ask for 1 minute because I've been kind of thinking about what I want to do, but I need to look at something.
You're like, you need to think about what you want to do to you. It's
Hey!
fucking awesome.
Hey,
I know,
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
always ask for it, so why can't you? It's great.
So what I'm going to have him do, yeah.
I love you, man.
I love you all too. Spiritual weapon.
Ooh.
That should not have been a disadvantage. I don't know why it's a disadvantage. God. But a spectral sword appears in the air directly in front of the Dreamwitness. It swings out with that 19, and I'm using that 19 because it should not have been a disadvantage.
Should probably be at advantage because it's stunned, right?
Yeah.
What with it?
If it's a melee attack, then yeah.
Yeah, technically. So I'm going to take that 19, and I'm going to roll it one more time because, well, it's still 2 rolls. It would have, yeah.
Just take the 19.
Yeah, I'm just taking the 19. It's fine.
We're not greedy.
For 12 points of force damage, the spectral spear appears in the air and jabs into the stunned Dreamwitness. 12 points of damage on that. Okay. That was, what was that? Isn't that a bonus action? I feel like that's a bonus action.
Spiritual weapon, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bonus action. So that was his bonus action. As his action, let's see, he doesn't have a whole lot of swim speed. He's going to move 5, 10, 15 feet along this line here. And I guess as his action, he's going to cast a cantrip, because that's really all he can do, which is going to be Ray of Frost. And I guess, would he have advantage on that with the spell? I don't think so. Because,
is it a melee
yeah.
spell?
I think it's, no, it's not. It's only melee, I think, that has advantage on stun. Kyle, what does it say in the ability?
Stunning strike.
Can't
Fifth
move,
level, you can interview with a free flow of ki in an opponent's body when you hit another creature with a melee weapon attack. Yeah, it's strictly melee.
Okay, so the stunned is
No.
a stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can't speak, and can speak only falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. So
Anything is attack
any
roll.
attack.
yeah, so he does not have advantage. It's just a normal shot.
No,
No, it's advantage.
it's an
Any attack roll.
Yeah.
Oh wait a minute, yeah, attack
It's
roll.
a spell attack, yeah.
Attack roll. Yeah, you're right.
So it would be like if Eloise cast it slow. There's no advantage there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
That's fine. I'll allow it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Attacking with advantage. 17. What was it? Yeah, 17 is gonna hit. For 10 more points of cold damage. Veil. I'm going to need you to roll a death save.
That's a 4.
So that is a failure. That is 1 failure for Necthros.
Alright. And, you know, I should have done this while I was waiting. Here, can you can skip me for now, but I'm just gonna read to see if the zombies would continue to just attack, because that was the last command it was issued. So skip me, we could always come back to them.
Yeah, good call. No worries. Because, yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I think when you die or when you go unconscious, they just get freedom and attack whatever's closest. But I might be wrong, so you go ahead and look at that, and we'll come to it before the end of turn order. Next off, Blood from a Stone.
And he's gonna just take another shot. Gonna risk, go sharpshooter this time. It's like got advantage.
You do have advantage.
Let's see what we can get. Oh, and the 20's gonna hit.
20's definitely going to hit.
I was worried there for a second. I was like, oh, it's gonna be shit. Oh. 27 plus 11.
Good rolling. Good rolling.
38.
A massive attack from Blood from a Stone. He aims his crossbow and fires, and as the bolt shoots through the air, smashes into the side of this creature, and you just hear a cry in pain that's echoed by all of the able humanoids in this area.
He's just gonna move over a teeny tiny bit, swim up 15 feet. Then we're gonna go ahead and, even though it's stunned, I know, he's gonna roll stealth wall to kind of like hide with his cloak against the wall. So it's a 24.
Okay. That's it for Blood's turn. The commoners, on their turn, do not move.
Two attacks?
No, he doesn't.
I'm just a rogue.
I thought rogues did get two. I'm sorry.
Nope.
No.
Only if they're
If-
hasted.
Or if I take the crossbow feat, expert feat, I could use a bow. I mean, my thing really, it ignores loading property since it's energy. But if I have the crossbow feat, I can use the crossbow bonus action with a melee.
I just
Or he
remember
might-
like
Yeah.
all the time him going action, 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 bonus action, bonus action, bonus action.
Yeah. He
He had
was
the boots of
hasted,
haste.
and then
Yeah.
he also was always using his bonus action for an attack too. So, and I don't. I hid.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Well, the commoners' turn do nothing. They sit there. They do not seem to be reacting in any way, shape, or form to what's going on around them. Apollyon, you're up next.
All right. I'm going to use my trident to attack at the Dreamwitness twice.
Your attacks do have advantage because he is stunned.
Yes, they do.
And I can't do any fucking legendary actions because he is stunned. Definitely hits.
6 points of damage. And a critical 28.
Nice.
12 points of damage.
So 18 total points of damage on the Dreamwitness, stabbing out with your trident.
And I'm going to use my movement to move over to Veil, and I'm going to use my bonus action to feed him a potion.
It is an action to feed somebody else a potion.
Oh, it's only a bonus action to
Next
take it
round,
yourself?
though.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
You
I
can't
did the
next
whole
round.
thing.
You're good.
Now, because we're underwater, would he be able to, like, get it in his mouth? Oh, no. I know what I'll do.
Okay.
I'll put the potion in my mouth and then blow
Oh,
it
fucking
down
hell.
his
In
throat.
Mama
like
Birdman?
CPR.
I support this fully.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you do swim around and take up Veil in your arms a little bit with your bonus action. I'll allow that.
Okay.
Next, we come to the Dreamwitness, who frustratingly can't do a god. Yeah, go ahead, Apollyon.
I was just gonna say,
Or Veil.
What I found as far as the anime dead goes, since I issued it to do a command and it's not a concentration spell, it's going to continue doing that command, which was attack.
Okay.
And I looked through some forums, and it said basically, there's been examples of undead continuing to do what the last command was issued, for as long as they, whatever. So, I would say it's your ruling, but I would say since I issued the command, and they're still, they're animated, they would continue doing the command until the 24-hour period would hit. Then they'd become feral again.
Yeah, I'm going to allow it
That's your ruling.
because it is not a concentration spell. So
Okay, so
let's go ahead and take that
the
moment.
skeleton- Yep. The skeleton would shoot the short bow at advantage, but disadvantage, so it would just be normal then
For what?
at the Dreamwitness.
Well, no matter what, you're shooting at disadvantage just because of the simple fact you're underwater.
Yeah, so that would
So it
so regardless.
yeah,
even if
regardless,
normally
even
would be
though
okay.
yeah, for a short bow, yes, unfortunately.
That's fine.
It would be different if it was a melee attack, but since it isn't,
Yep.
yeah.
And this zombie is going to take another swing at the thing it swung at last time with the slam.
Yep,
Which is
absolutely.
going to be a 15 to hit.
Which does hit.
All right, and that's going to be another 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
2 points of bludgeoning damage is enough to kill off the sitting figure. It once again smashes into her, clubbing her head against the side, and she is dead. So it is the Dreamwitness's turn, and it is stunned and can't do anything. Can't use its legendary actions. Can't do a damn thing. So, well done, Liam. Eloise, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna go ahead and poke my head out and cast Frostbite at it, cause nothing else I can do.
You don't have your flaming sphere?
That's a concentration. I'm already concentrating on slow.
That's true. But it did only affect the commoners, but it's up to you.
Yeah, it didn't affect the witness.
That's true.
And the commoners aren't attacking.
It's up to you.
That's true.
It does feel kind of like we're murderers now, because they're just sitting there like, yes, sir, may I have another?
Do what Eloise would do.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'll drop slow, and I'll cast Flaming Sphere at 4th level. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, is it? Poof. Flaming sphere.
Well, no, this doesn't make sense because we're underwater.
I know, but it is a magical fire. I looked it up. I was really curious, and Crawford specifically says it's creating a magical fire, so a magical effect would still happen underwater.
Okay.
I'm kind of torn on it too, but
I mean, you know what? Veil's Fireball worked, so
yeah, it did.
yeah.
So why
I'm
not?
just gonna go for it. So Flaming Sphere at 4th level.
And you send it flying through the water, feeling a bit ridiculous as it does, and it slams into the Dreamwitness.
And it's a dexterity save, so it auto fails.
It does auto fail. You're absolutely right, and smashes into the Dreamwitness, doing
18 points of fire damage.
18 points of fire damage. You guys very quickly took this from, oh shit, you're all about to die, to, it's looking kind of rough.
Gotta thank our MVP, the Mad Monk.
And then I'm going back right up, so I'm out of its field of vision.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Liam, it is your turn. And as your turn comes around once again, you see the paralyzed form of the Dreamwitness begin to relax. And its fins begin to move.
End of my turn.
Oh, that's right.
When I hit advantage strikes.
That's right. End of your turn. Go for it.
Alright, so, moving up. You know what? Instead of advantage, I'm gonna use the longsword at regular swing. How's that sound?
I'll allow it.
That's a 20 to hit.
It does.
And I'm going to try another stunning strike.
Okay. Con save again, right?
Yes, please.
God.
Whoa.
That's so disappointing.
Beautiful, beautiful. Long sword slice again. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does not hit. You slash with your long sword, and it scrapes along the scales of this creature.
Well, I'll still throw an arm strike at this thing. For an 18.
An 18 does hit.
7 more points of magical bludgeoning. And backing up 10 feet.
And I need you to make a con saving throw as you punched into this creature. A bit of something squirts out from it and causes a cloud of vapor to come around you, swirling in the water. Make a con saving throw, please.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So it's re-stunned? Or still stunned?
It's still
Though?
stunned.
Okay.
A 14 is just enough.
Oh.
Beautiful. That is the end of my turn. It is stunned for another round, sir.
And this thing is looking really bad. Really
By the way,
bad.
I'm not abandoned. I haven't found a good master yet.
Is anybody else sweating?
Yeah,
No,
for a
we got
second.
this.
For a second,
I'm
I thought
waiting
I was
for
going to kill
the
y'all.
Cold embrace of death.
Yeah.
Vale is used to being on the edge of the sweet cold of death. He loves death. Come on.
We call it the breathless paradise.
He's probably got an erection floating in the water. Right now.
He'll probably come back with an epiphany.
Well, it is Tomas's turn. Tomas is going to, first off, take a swipe with his spiritual weapon.
At advantage.
Yep, add advantage. Which definitely does hit. For 8 more points of damage. He then levels his hands and casts Ray of Frost. The 24 does also hit. 4 more points of damage as the Ray of Frost smashes into the side of this creature. It's looking very damaged. Veil, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Alright. I just want to, for the record, if I roll a nat 1, your Veil is dead. Here we go. Cool.
Oh,
I'm back
baby!
up with 1 hit point. I'm back up with 1.
Wow. And in that moment,
Please, God, let
a
him
surge hits Vale's body, and he coughs. Blood comes shooting out from his mouth, and he looks around and sees Apollyon gazing down into his eyes.
Eloise, you there, buddy?
Wow.
I'm glad I didn't get woken up with either a finger or a mama bird beak stuck in my mouth.
No idea what you're talking about with that
Wait
finger
till
You,
finger.
you willed yourself to get up before that happened.
You really did. You really, really did.
Yeah.
What's this finger talk? Right? Nobody needs to know about
Yeah. So
Blood. So that's it for your turn. You waking
No,
up is your
but
turn.
No,
No.
I get a turn.
Yeah, because he woke up with that at the beginning of his turn. He gets to go now. Because it goes to the death saves. come
Nope,
at the start
death
of
saves
the
are at
turn.
the end of your turn.
No,
Yeah.
they're not. They're at the start of
Let's
the
take a
turn.
look. Hold on a second.
This is a custom world, therefore it's Matt's choice.
Like, I've never seen a rule that says you're supposed to get a turn if you roll a nat 20 on a death save. I'm going to say it's Blood from a Stone's turn.
I thought you could. You gain one.
No, to me, rolling your death save is your turn. Either you fail it or you succeed it. If in a nat 20, you do wake up and get 1 hit point. But it's still, that's your turn. At least that's how I've always done it.
Alright, hold on, let me read this real quick.
He wants to take the winning hit. That's what it is.
No, I'll give it to. I didn't do anything this battle, so I'll give it to somebody else. Even if it, even if I could have.
I mean, if you can find a rule, we'll keep it in mind for the future. But you do have a good point too. And it is Blood from a Stone's turn. So Blood from a Stone.
Well, it's stunned again, right?
It is stunned again.
He's just gonna take another shot at it. We're just gonna go regular this time. No sharpie shooties. Make sure. 18?
And 18 does hit.
Oh, it's a lot on the sneak. 21 plus 16 is 37.
So, Blood from a Stone. How does this look?
Well, I'd like to think he's hiding up there along the wall. You can see this thing is stunned. He saw Liam go up and punch it right in its face. But he just lines up a shot and just shoots it at it. And then you can just see the light starting to go out of his eyes, and he's just going to swim up, get right in its face. And he goes, I know you think you know our desires. I can't get my desire back. Can you go back in time and reverse my actions? Fuck you. And then he takes his brother's sword and just shoves it right on the top of its head.
Does he have to make a dex saving throw for being next to the sphere of fire?
He swam. No, it's only if you go into it. But I'll do it. I don't care. I have full health.
Only if you end your turn next to it.
And as you stab your sword down into the head of this creature, all of you, in your minds, hear this loud screech of pain and anguish. And in that moment, it falls to the ground, dead.
I'm gonna poke my head in. Is
Take
it
that,
done?
you jabroni.
Is it over? And I'm gonna start like swimming madly to try and to get to Veil. Is everybody okay?
As you are all swimming towards them,
I'm gonna go ahead and
see-
give Vale the potion I was gonna give him anyway. I'm just gonna hand it to him though.
as the body twitches of the Dreamwitness and the light fades from its eyes, you can feel its mind connecting with yours once again, desperate but weak. You see a vision of a massive tree that towers over everything, even the horizon. A massive city is built around this tree, buildings rising up between the roots of the mountain, and encircles the tree and its mountain perch. A great battle rages around the tree, thousands upon thousands, like a sea of ants surrounding a place of fruit, surrounding a piece of fruit. I said that really stupidly. It's like ants surrounding a piece of fruit.
I get what you're saying.
The air above you is thick with smoke and ash, but you can see a battle going on above you as well. The skies are filled with winged creatures of all shapes and sizes. You can see massive dragons locked in combat with swarms of winged humanoids, who seem to glow faintly in the smoke. You realize these are angels, or celestials. More of these celestials lie fallen at your feet. You realize you stand atop a high cliff looking down into the valley where the bulk of the battle is taking place. The valley is littered with corpses of the fallen that carpet the ground that is red and soaked with free-flowing blood. A voice calls out into your minds. Don't turn away. Don't try to hide. Don't close your eyes. Witness the loss of the light. As the voice fades away, a gargantuan monstrosity lumbers into view as it turns its head and roars in the direction of the tree. You estimate this creature is nearly 50 feet tall and much longer in length from its angular head to the spine-covered tail. Massive spikes protrude from this creature along its back and out from behind its eyes. Wicked talons extend from its fingers and toes alike, but the creature balanced on its hind legs and while it lets its arms flex at its side. Its jaws are filled with row upon row of razor-sharp teeth, and you cannot help but notice that the thing roars once again. It begins taking off at a full run towards the tree. Your eyes grow wide in horror as a great blast of energy rips out from the center of the tree, coming from a place you now recognize to be in the shape of a massive door. You see the energy wave pummel the creature, pushing it back at first, but the monster quickly regains its footing, and you watch as the beast begins pushing back against the energy blast, fighting against even as the thick hide begins to burn away from the constant assault. The monster reaches the tree and begins to shake violently. The monster reaches the tree and begins to violently decimate the glowing doorway of the tree, shredding through the bark with its powerful claws, smashing with its horns, biting with its powerful jaws. As you watch this assault, your keen eyes go towards the destroyed doorway itself, just in time to see 5 silhouettes charging towards the fading glow of that portal. 5 weapons are held high before these figures. A spear, maybe even a trident. A sword with a long blade. A staff with a glowing tip. A shining bow, and a short curved blade. The figures disappear just as the glowing portal vanishes, while the hulking monstrosity continues its assault against the tree. The armies before you flee from the wanton destruction laid out by the creature, and you can see the city below it beginning to crumble as well. Your vision begins to fade, slowly replaced by the water of the temple all around you. And the last thing you see before the vision fully fades is a massive explosion, unlike anything you have ever witnessed before, rippling outward from the tree in an expanding wave of energy that rips through everything before you in an instant. You realize now that you are back in the underwater temple. The body of the Dreamwitness has sunk down to the bottom of the chamber and now rests on the silt-covered floor, slowly dissolving inward on itself as the last of its life drains out from its body. And as the Dreamwitness dies and its body begins to cave inward in on itself and slowly dissolving away, you're all just caught in the moment, realizing one of you almost died. And there is much more going on than first you could have possibly guessed. But Faab Five, what are you wanting to do?
I'd like to make a nature check to see what kind of beast that was in that vision?
Certainly.
Does it start with a T and end with a or ask?
Well, go ahead and make a nature check.
Whoop, that was supposed to be an advantage. That'd be a 9.
You have never seen this creature before in your life. You've seen dragons, and you've seen plenty of dragons in your life, or at least you've had dreams of them. But this thing was something else entirely. You could see similarities. You can see the lizard-like form, but nothing you've ever heard of before could possibly describe this thing.
What are the followers doing?
As you kind of look all around, you're looking at the people, and you see them pushing up their hoods, looking around at their hands, at their surroundings. You're beginning to hear gasps of surprise and cries of panic as you realize they're starting to become aware once again. And voices
They're
are
able
just...
to breathe?
They are able to breathe, yes.
That would be a horrifying... Oh, thank God.
You just reminded me. No, they can't.
Well, as their hoods are beginning to fall away, you notice these have caps on their heads as well. Each one of them do. Very similar to the caps you had found upstairs.
I'm going to move my flaming sphere away from this person that it's been near for a couple of rounds.
So,
Because,
I mean, it was down on the
unfortunately-
ground. The Dreamwitness was above it. I wasn't considering it actually next to it.
Okay, not next to the person? Okay.
Yeah, but you do
Okay.
release your spells.
Okay.
So what are you guys wanting to do?
Do we want to go
What are
see
the
if
rest
there
of
was...
these guys?
You're free. You're all free. It's time to leave.
You hear one of them call out, Where am I? What's going on here?
You're underwater, and it's very dangerous down here. Follow us, and we'll lead you out.
You see them trying to stand up and move, and you realize they stand up a little bit and begin to wobble and float in the water. They seem to have no muscle mass. Now that you're looking at them, they're nothing more than skin and bones. And even as they try to get up, it's like their legs are locked into place and they can barely move them.
Apollyon, I understand what you're saying. They're 50 gold ahead, but I don't know. They don't seem evil anymore.
I suppose maybe they were charmed. These guys are pretty tricky with their mind controlling things. Oh God, my insides hurt.
Tomas comes swimming up around all of you. And looks to you, Apollyon. He places his hand down on your head, and he's going to go ahead and cast Cure Wounds.
Just cure wounds, cure diseases?
It does not. But you are healed for 5 hit points.
Well, alright.
I'll be able to help you with that tomorrow or whenever after we get a nice sleep in.
About this time, a minute has gone by. And Apollyon, your body begins to change. Everyone is looking around at you, and your skin is beginning to go translucent a little bit. The veins begin to stick out a little from in your arms and your legs through your skin, which has that odd translucent appearance to it.
Oh no. And I was just working on my tan.
Tomas swims over the Dreamwitness over to you, Veil, and he's casting Cure Wounds on you as well.
All right, thank you.
And that's 11 hit points.
I was just reading that thing Joe posted in the chat for the rules about.
I'll take a look at it probably tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is there anything in this room where the monster was?
I'm going. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So Eloise, you go swimming down to the lower area.
I'll help.
1 second here.
That'll help.
You find a small chamber that it looks like a back church reliquary.
Rectory?
Rectory, thank you. That has mostly caved in and collapsed. You can see murals on stone broken and caved in, and as you're looking up, you can see a tunnel going directly up a little bit at an angle away towards the east from where you guys are. You can see pretty far down it, but it does end off in darkness towards the back, which is right about here on the map. Okay. In the center of the room, amidst all of the rubble, you do find one ornate chest that seems to have remained untouched in the center of the room.
Okay. Slowly approach, checking for traps the whole way.
You go swimming into this chamber closer towards the chest. You go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Normal. It's a 16.
You do not see any traps in the water or around the chest itself. The chest is locked, and you can see there are 3 keyholes in the chest.
Are they the same key shapes as the things outside?
Seems that way.
I mean, if he doesn't have them, he'll call people like, "Hey, I need those keys."
Yeah, and it's no problem to open that up.
Yeah, then he will do that with those keys.
Opening the chest, you find a small mound of platinum coins. 2 large red glass vials filled with a bright red liquid flecked with pink sit inside this chest, as well as a crown. This crown appears to be gold with a black stone in the center of it. The crown is designed in a tentacled motif that wrap around, and the tentacles curl up around the gem.
Hey, Paulie, I think this might go with your current motif.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
How much platinum? You said there's a mound. Do you have a number?
Yeah, if you're sitting down and taking time to count it all,
he'll count.
yeah, there's 700 platinum pieces.
Oh shit!
How many
Really?
gold in a platinum?
10.
10. So that's $7,000.
Nice.
Was there anything besides the
Those-
vials, the crown,
Yeah,
and the
the large glass vials, the crown, and the platinum. And I
That's
said
it?
the crown, it's a diadem. The diadem is shaped like multiple interlocking tentacles with a dark onyx gem in the front.
And would the chest look really nice too?
It is an ornate chest made of wood and has been kind of carved and gilded in a similar tentacle motif.
but it has survived down here, so it doesn't look like all janky and fucked up like everything.
Oh no, it definitely does. It definitely
Oh.
does.
So
It
it's
looks like it's been there for a long time.
Well, we can still take it. It looks nice. Is there anything else in the room? You said there's another tunnel.
There is a tunnel up here going up at a eastern angle that you can see a decent ways in, but it does go dark past your vision.
So it goes up a ways. Okay. All right.
Well,
I guess-
did you still want to go check the gems in that mural room? I'm also gonna cast Cure Wounds on both Apollyon and Veil.
do you guys
Oh,
want
Vale,
me to
did you take
go?
that potion?
What was it? 4d4 or 2d4?
No, that was mine. I think his would be 2d4 plus 2.
What is it? A lesser, a minor, a greater? What?
I'm looking right now. Lesser. So 2d4 plus 2.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. So let me just put what Eloise gave me right now, which is an additional 7. Or what did you get me with?
I don't know. One of you takes 11. One of you takes 7.
Give Vale the 11. He's was hurt. He went down.
All right.
So I get 7 points of healing? Okay.
And then I'll do the 2d4 plus 2. 3, 6. So 29 hit points. So how big is this? Or can I do a some sort of check to determine what kind of animal this is, or beast creature this is? Or did Apollyon do that when he did the check with the vision?
Well, I did say
Well, I
that it
did
was
say-
an aberration.
Oh, aberration. I thought you said okay. And what size is it?
It was about 30 feet long and about 5 feet wide at the biggest part. It is now caving in on itself. It's dissolving inward. There is no head anymore. There is still some tentacles, but those too seem to be deflating as it sits there in the water.
Is there anything we could harvest quickly and put into the bag of colding?
Possibly a couple of the tentacles, but even those are starting to deflate fast.
All right, so we'll do that quick.
I'd say you'd be able to get 2 of the Dreamwitness's tentacles.
So
Okie dokie. We'll add it to the stuff.
And once it completely dissolves, is there anything left over?
Are you going to sit around and wait and watch?
Well, if it's going quick, then yeah.
It
But
is
if
going
it's,
quick, so it
it's
does
gonna
take
take a
about
while.
5-10 minutes. It doesn't take a long time, and as it dissolves down, what's left is almost like a sludge, a primeval sludge that, even as it sits there in the water is beginning to float around it, and you can see parts of it beginning to rise in the water as it starts to be absorbed or pushed around,
Dissolved in the
but
water.
yeah, pushed around by the water. So you're getting a bit of a cloud forming.
can we take
I
a
think
few of the potions we have, the empty ones, and like scoop some into it?
You can certainly try.
Dex sleight of hand.
Yeah,
check?
go ahead. Do sleight of hand checks, trying to scoop up some of this stuff. How many glass vials do you have?
Shit.
Fucking shit. Just time. I mean, I used one. They've used what? Vale just took a potion.
Yeah.
Do we have any empties?
Let's say you get 6 vials of Dreamwitness sludge mixed with water.
I think you keep pronouncing the word luck blade wrong.
Luck
So you
blade?
said it dissolved into a luck blade, right? You keep saying
Oh.
you're saying sludge.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be
Eloise,
great.
go
Nope,
ahead.
you don't get to use that item ever.
If you want to put those 6 vials on your list, Eloise.
Well, I think that's a good place to end things for this evening.
As you guys are
Yep.
scooping that all up, or Liam, shout out. Take notes. Witness is dead.
Nice.
Your,
Two notes.
your book's gonna get wet.
The book
It's
does
a
get
nice
wet.
book.
Holland's
doesn't
gonna
take the note
paint his
for you.
mouth with paint and go, "Witness me."
It absolutely does take notes for me.
No, it doesn't.
Well, thank you everybody for watching this evening. It was a roller coaster of a night, but I'm happy to say that our heroes have survived. So for everybody in the Fab Five, I just want to say thank you for watching. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next week. Good night.